Hello, good morning students. This is Arvind sir. Today we are going to start with a new chapter of 10th ICSE called as GST, which stands for Goods and Service Taxes. It was introduced on 1st July 2017 by Indian government. Here are some points to remember about GST. The first point is GST is applicable only in India. Second, GST is applicable only on selling price of an article or product or service provided. Third point is, apart from GST, no other tax need to be paid. GST is applicable in two different ways. First, when transaction happens in a same state of India. Second, when transaction happens from one state to another state of India. When transaction happens within the same state of India, it is also called as intra-state sale, wherein when transaction happens from one state to another state of India, it is also called as interstate sales. Let us elaborate when the transaction happens in the same state of India. When transaction happens in same state of India, that is intra-state sale happens, the GST need to be paid to the central government, which is called as CGST, also to the state government, which is called as SGST. In case of union territory, it is to be paid UGST instead of SGST. But when interstate sale happens, then IGST instead of both CGST and SGST, only IGST need to be paid, which is also called as integrated GST. Before moving to an example, let us understand CGST, SGST and IGST in detail. In case of intrastate sale, let the rate of GST be 12%, then half of it, that is 6% of the total GST need to be paid to the central government, and the rest 6% need to be paid to the state government. In this case, IGST, that is integrated GST, is 0. But if interstate sale happens and the rate of GST is again 12%, then CGST and SGST will be 0, wherein IGST is 12%, that is whole. Let us see some example. Example 1 is of intrastate sales, that is transaction happens within the same state. You can clearly see an example. If a person buys a good worth rupees 5,000 from Pune, located in Maharashtra, and sold it in Mumbai, which is again located in Maharashtra, for rupees 6,000. Rate of GST is 12%. Now, as the total rate of GST was 12%, half of the 12%, that is 6%, need to be paid to the central government, and the rest 6% need to be paid to the state government. 6% of 5,000 is 300 rupees, and again this 300 plus 300 is 600 rupees, is a total GST paid by that buyer while purchasing that good from Pune. The second example is of transaction that happens from one state to another state. Example, a person purchased some good worth rupees 8,000 from Indore, located in MP, and sold it for 10,000 in Mumbai, located in Maharashtra. Rate of GST is 18%. Students, as we know, in this case, the transaction happens from one state to another state. Therefore, the CGST and SGST both will be 0% in this case, wherein the IGST will be 18% whole of 8,000 rupees, which comes to 1440 rupees. Therefore, in this case, the GST payable is 1440 rupees in total. The next topic is input tax credit, that is ITC. To understand input tax credit, we need to understand some terms, that is ITC, what is output tax, what is net GST payable. Let us understand it. The first one is input tax credit, that is ITC. Sometimes it is also called as input tax. ITC is a tax paid on goods or services while buying it, wherein the output tax is a tax taken by the customer when that buyer sells the good to the customer. Now net GST payable is a GST amount paid by the buyer to the government. So the formula of net GST payable will be equal to output tax minus input tax credit. To understand net GST payable, let us solve an example. Example says that a product sold from Mumbai to Nasik for rupees 10,000 and then from Nasik to Ranchi at a profit of rupees 2,000. If the rate of GST is 18% at every stage, find the net GST payable at Nasik. To solve this, first of all we'll solve for the transaction from Mumbai to Nasik, that is intra-state sale. Here CGST and SGST will be payable, that will be half of the total GST. IGST will be 0 in this case. We have solved for you, that is CGST and SGST at the rate of 9% each for 10,000 rupees will be 900 rupees in each case. Therefore the total ITC will be 1800 rupees. Wherein for transaction from Nasik to Ranchi, as it is interstate sale, the IGST will be 18% of 12,000. How 12,000? Because it was sold at the profit of 2,000. Therefore it is 10,000 plus 2,000, which comes to 12,000. Now the 18% of 12,000 is 2,160 rupees. Now in this case we can clearly see that while purchasing that article, the buyer have given 1800 rupees as a GST, and while selling the same article in Ranchi, he have collected 2,160 rupees as a GST. Therefore the difference between these both GSTs, that is 360 rupees, this 360 rupees will be given to the government. This is what net GST payable means. One more topic we have in this GST chapter is discount. Discount is any deduction in a cost price only if given by a provider. To understand this discount concept, we have to understand some terms, that is mark priced, selling price, discount, discount percent, etc. Let us understand what is mark price. Mark price is a price on which the article or a product is marked with. Mark price is sometimes also called as printed price or listed price. Now what is selling price? Selling price is the price at which the article or product is sold after deduction of discount, if any. If the discount is given, then after the deduction of that discount, the price at which the good is sold is called as selling price. The formula for the discount is mark price minus selling price. And for the discount percent is discount divided by mark price into 100. So students, this was all about the introduction of GST. Hope you all understood what GST is. This was the first part. In the next part, we will solve some example and try to understand the GST in more detail. Thank you.